Let's talk a little bit about that 5%, at least in electrical engineering. There's been for 2 or 3 generations now sort of a ceiling where we've expanded women in the engineering workforce, and it seems to have sort of capped out at 5 to 7%. And there's a lot of theories for this, studied both in academia and outside academia. How do we expand that?
This is a complicated problem, and I don't claim to have all the answers. I really do think, but one thing I know matters is mentoring and making sure that whatever women we do have in the educational system are guided by people who are senior to them or colleagues. No matter, it doesn't have to be a woman mentoring a woman, but anybody. So if you see a junior person in your organization and you think they have the potential to succeed, to advocate for them and help train them, help guide them, even if they aren't the same gender as you, or even if they come from a slightly different background from you. So, and there are professional organizations out there. One is MentorNet, which is a nonprofit company that provides industry mentors or academic mentors for young engineers and scientists coming through the educational system at the college and graduate school level. Now, how to broaden that beyond the 5%? I just think it's a slow process of broadening the conception of what is an engineer. So when I come back into the United States at Passport Border Control, they always ask you, well, what do you do and where were you? And let me tell you, they are always dumbfounded that I'm an engineering professor at Penn. They're like, really? Wow, you must be really smart. And I know, I'm a tall blonde woman. I don't look like what they would expect a mechanical engineering professor to be. And so, but I kind of delight in surprising people and changing or morphing their view of what an engineer might look like. And so I think it just takes a while for things like this to evolve.
So, because you're the perfect person to ask this question, you're probably familiar with the reports that were done in the late 90s at MIT about the the female representation on the engineering faculty there, and then they updated it, I think earlier this year. I wrote about it. And so they've doubled their representation. And I asked a couple of the authors and didn't really get a satisfactory answer. Do you think that that's going to be a factor that will expand the number of women, especially at MIT, but anywhere? And you're that person, right?
Absolutely.
So the more Katherine Kuchenbechers who are out there, is that part of the solution?
I think definitely having a more diverse professoriate at any university will help ensure that any student who comes to that university can look at the professors in their department and see a wide range of what it might be to become an electrical engineer, mechanical engineer. And so I know that there's sort of a special spotlight on me in my role as a sort of unique woman professor. And I really enjoy and revel in this opportunity to become a positive role model for all my students, whether they're women or men, whatever backgrounds they come from, sort of helping them see an example of someone who's working hard and trying to learn as much as you can and doing an excellent job in all that I do as an engineering professor.